I sure am going to miss you warm food over the next few days. Just finishing up, packing everything away. Going to be leaving here in a few moments to go back to the trail, Stecoah Gap. Lonnie will be on his way here in about 5 or 10 minutes. Pretty well packed away. This is the bed I've been sleeping on the last couple nights. That blanket is real comfortable. The bed's real comfortable. Even though it's a twin bed, you would think it'd be too small for my long body. Wow, I slept like a baby the last couple nights. Except, woke up every couple hours. That's just an ongoing thing in my life. But went right back to sleep and slept good till 5 o'clock both nights. So definitely needed that. Getting everything packed up, like I said, to head out back on the trail, all resupplied up, ready to go into the Smokies. Stecoah Gap to Fontana Dam Shelter, which is also known as the Hilton, the famous one with indoor plumbing attached or right next to it and everything else, is about 16 or 17 miles from Stecoah. So I don't know if I'm going to stop there tonight or continue on for another 4 to 8 miles after that to the first campsite or shelter in the Smokies. Just going to see how I feel. By that point, I don't really know what I'm going to face today. I know the ground's wet from all the rain, but it continued to rain after the temperatures dropped, so the Smokies could have 3 to 5 new inches of snow up there. So I don't know if I'm going to face that or not. It's supposed to be pretty clear for the next 4 to 5 days. So I'm looking forward to that, but I don't know what kind of other elements. It's supposed to be kind of windy, too, for the next few days. So going to play it by ear and take it as it comes, that's for sure. But except for the fact that I feel like taking a nap right now because I had 4 waffles and that scrambled egg, potato, bacon bowl, and a couple cups of coffee. Now I feel like taking a nap. But that's only a small part of me. Most of me just wants to get moving. My body said, okay, we've sat long enough. We need to get the miles in. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a great day, though. I'm glad you're following along. We're going to see some cool stuff today and have a great day and get some miles. Big day ahead. Let's do some conquering. Woo! Have all this construction going on right now here on the road. So it comes on this side of the wall and it crosses over. But check out this view. Beautiful. Little bit of dusting right now, snow, fresh that fell last night when the temperature dropped. The rain turned to snow, but I'm only at 3,300 feet right here. So Smokies get up to 6,700. I mean, where I am right now is going to get up to 4,000 to 5,000 before going into the Smokies, and then pretty much staying at 4 plus the whole time. So this little dusting will probably be a little bit more down here. This will melt off, I'm sure, today as it gets up into 40s down at this elevation. But it looks pretty. A little white dusting on the sides. Sure, I'll see a little bit more of that as the day progresses, especially if I continue into the Smokies. You can definitely tell there's more up there. Probably another 1,000 foot higher than where I am right now. Maybe 500 to 1,000, somewhere in there. But definitely a little bit more up there. Doesn't look thick though. Just a little bit more than the dusting. This is a steep little hump. Just straight up. I mean, the trail winds a little bit, but straight up. At least 25% grade. Maybe close to 30. It's not a big hill, but definitely straight up this hump to right up about there. It's beautiful though, with the little dusting on the trees and on the ground, for sure. Right about 4,000 foot up right now. Definitely more snow here, more than just a dusting, but still not much. Not even, I would say, definitely not a quarter of an inch, probably not even an eighth of an inch, but enough to where everything is almost covered and it's on the trail now. In the beginning, it was dusted on the sides of the trail, really wasn't on the trail, but here it's on the trail too. Still could tell where the trail is, obviously. But again, only 4,000 foot up, so higher you go, the more snow there is, a little slicker that it is, but it is fresh snow right now, so at least it's not too slippery, easily manageable as far as walking. So, and it sure is stinking beautiful. This is my kind of snow. When it's just a dusting or half an inch or less, I love this because it's beautiful. Not a big fan of a lot of snow unless it's, you know, something that I'm going home at the end of the day. But being in it day after day isn't quite as fun, but still, take what the trail gives you and work with it. I think that's just snow blowing up more than it is cloud cover. But there is kind of like a cloud up here, up high. You can see through the trees. That wind, when it kicks up, sure does make it a little chilly. It's not really a high wind yet, but probably a gust up to 15 or 20 miles per hour. It's supposed to be a little more than that come the Smokies, I think, today and tomorrow. So see what that has in store for us. But for now, just enjoying this nice little dusting up here between Stecoah and Fontana. I sure am glad that I have this beard at times like this, because it is frozen right now and my face doesn't feel anything. And I don't mean numb, I just mean it's not feeling the cold. So that's a good thing, like a little warm blanket for my cheeks and jaw. Remember when I was in the Roan Highlands during that blizzard last year, and you know, it was probably like minus 20 wind chill on average, maybe worse than that at times when it was really kicking up. But I remember realizing then, because it was the first time I was really in that cold a temperature, at least with this beard, and I realized how much of a great thing this beard is. Not only do I look good, I mean, I think I look good because it makes it look like I have a jaw, because I really don't have a jaw. It's really the only reason I have a beard, until now, or until the last few years, when I realized how warm it keeps my face. So, very thankful for that right now. The other random thought that's in my head is I have 8 packages of donuts in my backpack. And, gee, I hope I can eat them all over the next 4 to 5 days. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that. The constant battle of having to change layers, take layers off, put layers on, find out which is going to be the best for the conditions on this side of the mountain. It started getting pretty cold up here with the base layer and t-shirt that I had on, but I was too warm when I had the puffy on, and the wind is kicking up here pretty constant. Not bad, like 10 miles an hour, 15, whatever. But when it's this cold, below freezing, and that's kicking up, that's pretty chilly. And, you know, had to put another layer on, but I didn't want to put the puffy on because obviously I'm doing a lot of climbing, and that's going to get me sweaty, then get the puffy wet. So I did the next best thing. My rain jacket that holds the warmth of the body in. It will cause me to sweat, but I won't have it on the whole time, obviously, just on this side of the mountain where the wind is kicking a little bit, and then I'll take that back off. But it's a constant thing when it's cold like this, because you don't want your clothes to get sweaty and be wet at camp, and be cold while you're hiking. If you're climbing up and you're still cold, there's a problem. Need more layers. So put that on, and then I realized, wow, this rain jacket is almost the exact same shade as my backpack. It's kind of cool. They blend in together. Now they're all one piece. Didn't notice that the other day when it was raining, because I had the rain cover slash, or quote unquote, the garbage bag over the backpack. All right, continuing on this white Christmas trail. Can see a little bit of the Smokies through there. Getting closer. There continues to be these big rock sections, very small sections, and the snow or ice is rarely on them. And then it goes back to normal trail like this, which right now I think I've been going down for a minute, so the snow's not really on the trail here. Some nice water running underneath the rocks there. But see, then it comes back here to this. This is a real small section here, and it goes back to normal trail. So it's kind of weird that there's no snow or anything on those rocks. Maybe rocks stay warmer or something, and the snow doesn't stick until it's quite a bit of snow or colder than what it is. I don't know, but it sure is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Having a pretty good pace going. So every once in a while I hit the wind. The wind gets cold. I go underneath all of these branches here. Splatter the snow on me. I think about 7 miles in for the day. One big climb, I guess if you want to call it that, probably about 700 or 800. Besides that, it's been a lot of ups and downs. Nothing major. And obviously, it's going to drop way down right before going into the Smokies at Fontana Dam. It's just a beautiful day, though. I mean, do I wish it was 60 degrees? Yes. But I will take this. This is very nice. Just a dusting. Again, it'll get worse in the Smokies. Some of it might melt off, at that point, because it will get a little, it's going to get above freezing today, and the sun is trying to peek through right now, so I'm sure sometime this afternoon, the sun will be out nice and bright and melting this away. But until then, I just continue on through it. It looks like it's gone through most of the trail, just on the sides. But again, I'm a little lower right now. But anyway, continuing on. pretty cool. Over on this side, there's no snow. And on this side, all the trees still have the snow and frosting on it. But things are starting to melt a little bit. You can see the steam from where the sun is starting to shine through and hitting the snow, and the steam is like a fog or a mist. And then you can hear the dripping from the trees where it's starting to melt off. So it's starting to get above freezing now, and with that sun out here, obviously it's starting to melt. Looks gorgeous though. Son of a gun. I missed it. Got my camera too late. There's a road here that I'm going across before I start climbing up there, and a bald eagle just flew right down the road off that direction. Bald eagles are rare for me. I think I've seen 3 in my whole life, and they've been in the last couple years. So I don't know why they elude me, but I could not get my camera out quick enough. I would love for him to come back, him or her. Ah, man. But that breaks my string of no wild animals, and I do not count rodents, so squirrels, chipmunks, they don't count. Most birds do not count, but bald eagles definitely count on my list as I keep track. So that's my first wild animal of the trail, of my through hiking year. Usually I'm getting quite a few each day, so it was quite a dry spell. So hopefully start seeing some more of them here, especially going into the Smokies. Come back, Mr. Bald Eagle. Everybody wants to see you. It's probably long gone. Flying down the information highway. About 10 miles in for the day. It's about noon right now. Sun is out, bright and shiny. Clouds are almost all gone, which I believe is the way it's going to look for the next couple of days at least, if not 3 or 4. I know it's going to be clear as far as precip, but I don't know if the sun's going to be out that whole time. So, but the hood is off, the gloves are off, and my beard has thawed out. So it is definitely well above freezing now. And weirdly, there's no snow over here. Over there is where I came from. Can't really see it right now, but sometimes a little opening happens and I could still see the snow up there on those little bumps. But there must have been some snow over here because I can hear things melting from the trees and like pelting down. But it must not have been much like over there, or it just melted off earlier because the sun's, hitting this more. I'm not really sure because the sun really hasn't been out consistently till the last 15-20 minutes. So all I know is as of right now, there's no snow. I know that's not the way it's going to be in the Smokies, but I'm going to enjoy it right now and continuing on another beautiful, gorgeous day. Back on the north face of a mountain, and there's the snow. Definitely not as deep or as thick as it was earlier, as it still is above freezing and slowly melting. But obviously you can tell by looking, this side is not getting as much sun
is the south and the west sides of the mountain. So it will be here for a little bit. And this is probably exactly what I'm going to run into in the Smokies. Some of it will be melted off or melting off, and some of it, especially way up high, well, not way up high, but up high, like 5,000, 6,000 and plus, it will definitely have more snow, possibly even ice. So that's what's going to happen, and we're going to find out together. So I don't know how much you can tell with the shadows and the trees. Right down there is a body of water. Not really sure what it's called without looking it up, but it leads to the Fontana Dam, and on the other side of all that is the Smokies. That's how close I am currently. About 5 or 6 miles away, I believe, from being in the park. The park. There's the Smokies. You can see a little white up top, so definitely some snow up at those elevations. Very similar look to what I've just been going through this morning, so it might not be very deep, might just be a couple inches or so. Kind of looking over in the distance over there, you probably can't see it on the camera, but in between the trees I see a little bit more, a little wider, so it might be a little deeper over there, but looking forward to it. Reach that point now where there's no more elevation for today unless I go into the Smokies today. Everything is descent for the next 3 to 4 miles into Fontana. I don't know if you can see this, but there's just big balls of snow and ice melting down from the trees. It's pretty cool. I had this happen one time out west, but they were just big balls of ice and sharp icicles. You dare not look up. But from what I'm seeing on the ground, like here, they're more snow-like than they are ice-like. But this is pretty cool right here because it's only on the trees. So it has this really cool texture to it. I love it. You know, as I'm descending here into Fontana, getting ready to head into the Smokies, you know, the brain just going a million miles a minute thinking about everything, and was here thinking about some things and just really felt kind of disappointed. You know, I normally have combos in my bear can. That's kind of my go-to snack, obviously with, you know, sausages and beef jerky and cheese, you know, the proteins and calcium and stuff. But love my combos. They always have good amount of salt, real flavorful, and a little cheese or pizza, whatever you get in the middle. It's good stuff. Decided I already had some combos, so I wanted my resupply, you know, getting a little extra resupply coming into the Smokies. Decided to put some Parmesan goldfish in there, and along with it, so I'll have those snacks as well. And like I said, I'm just disappointed. First of all, it doesn't even taste like Parmesan to me. Now I am part Italian, so Parmesan doesn't come in a bottle that you buy on the shelf at the store. It's real cheese. It has a really nice tart flavor to it. I love Parmesan, and it really doesn't taste like Parmesan. But even more shocking to me, man, they don't even taste like goldfish. In fact, it doesn't taste like seafood at all. Still getting pelted by these little snowballs from the trees, even though right here there's no real snow to speak of, but still up top. Way up there in those trees, I guess there's still some. Don't want to really look up there, just get to the sharp one. But that mountain over there, you can see it's still quite white up top. And that's where I just came from. So pretty much 4,000 and above right now, it looks like. Still snow on the ground, slowly melting. But like I said, I'm descending. Not sure if I'm going to go on into the Smokies today or if I'm going to do it first thing in the morning. Don't want to push too much today to where I don't have time to eat or anything, because Smokies are a little different with the shelters. You know, they're spread out. They don't really like you to camp unless it's at a shelter. So I would have probably 6 to 8 miles to go, a lot of up. And I might just be running out of time for that to where I'd get there at dark, which getting somewhere at dark is not a problem to me. It's making sure I get to eat first because I like to eat and I need my calories. And so far I've just had snacks today, except for what I started with this morning for breakfast before I left. Right there. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the dam down there. Tent sites are up there, and some trash bins. There's more trash bins here. This is what is known as the Fontana Hilton. You can power up your cell phones and everything here. You get this view, which is absolutely beautiful. That's the Smokies. It's called the Hilton because it has actual bathrooms and shower at your disposal right before you go into the Smokies. Nicest shelter on the AT to some people. Alrighty, well, this is where I sign off, and I'll see you all in the morning. We're going to the Smokies, baby.